kind of change gears into a guy that just kind of broke the bank. Jesper Bratt. Let me share this tab here. Jesper Bratt agrees to an 8-year, $63 million contract. Why did he pick 63 there, Fajardo?
Oh, wow. Is it possibly because his number might be 63? My man said, I want this. Maybe he couldn't say anything else in that moment when they asked him, how much do you want? He was just like this. Maybe he had an itch and they accidentally said, oh, you want your number? He's like, yeah, I'll take that.
So, forward tied his NHL career high with 73 points this season. Could have become an RFA July 1st. So, Jesper Bratt agreed to an 8-year, $63 million contract with the New Jersey Devils on Thursday. It is an annual cap hit of $7.875 million. The 24-year-old forward tied his NHL career high with 73 points, 32 goals, 41 assists for an 82 regular season games for the Devils this season, and had 6 points, 1 goal, 5 assists in 12 Stanley Cup playoff games. So, this is what Bratt had to say. This is a deal I wanted, and I'm really excited. I'm just so happy we could get it done. Obviously, that was kind of my main focus, to be here for a long time to keep that going. We have so many positive things from what have happened this year, and when I looked at the team, looked at my teammates with long-term deals and all that stuff, I knew that we would have something really good to build on for a lot of the years. The 8-year deal was something that we were really pushing for. And I was very honest with my agent, and he was honest with the Devils general manager, Tom Fitzgerald, that we were just trusting the process. I wanted to be here for a long time to grow this, and we really wanted to kind of build team. We wanted to kind of team build this together. Even Fitzy to get this deal done was best for me as an individual, but also to fit the team's criteria to do everything we can do to win a cup. I think this is good. He was a 6th round pick in 2016. He's definitely overshot what a lot of 6th round picks do at the NHL level. I'll just kind of finish off what Fitzgerald had to say, the general manager of the Devils. I suppose just the value in knowing throughout this whole process that he's always expressed a desire to want to be a part of something here. It says a lot about this young individual and his passion for this organization. In the New Jersey area, he calls it home. This is where he wanted to be, and this is where we wanted him to be. We think we're a perfect fit. Business is business. Negotiations are exactly what the definition says. Two sides trying to get in the middle and compromise on something that makes sense for both sides, and that's exactly what happened here. So Jesper, his desire to want to be here really helped the process, and obviously our desire to keep him here long term was a mutual agreement. So, that's a good signing, I think, for the Devils, right? Extending him, bringing him back into the fold. When you look at Jesper Fast, is there another gear you think he could hit?
I definitely think that, the fact that he's kind of found his stride this early in his career, he's only 24, right? Yeah. I think it allows him to really develop even more. And he obviously, you hope that he's going to always put up these type of numbers, especially now that he looks like he's hitting the prime of his career, right? But it's not only about putting up numbers, it's about developing his game, right? Becoming more of a complete all-around type of player, right? Because with what he's accomplished to this point and the long contract that he's signing, you expect a lot out of someone like that, right? And I think that now it's the time of what he can do to help win games. Not just put up points, help win games. Because obviously we know he has a skill to put up points.
Absolutely.
But now it's like developing into the part where how do we make him a better and more complete player that can not only raise his level, but raise the level of the people around him.
I think, when you look at Jesper Bratt's career, right? First season, rookie season, 74 games played, a lot of games played, 13 goals, 22 assists, 35 points. It's a respectable season. But he was still around around the low 30s until 2021. In the 2021-2022 season, he exploded for 73 points, and he hit 73 again. It's good, right? Because sometimes when you see that player have that massive season and they don't get back to it. So it gives me hope that this guy can reach another gear. And to be fair, the 2021 season was only 46 games, so 30 points in that was a very, very good season. You would have been around 60 so points in a full season. Yeah. So I think Jesper Bratt is a young player, and we watched him a lot. He definitely he has a really good shot, really good ability. I think there's more there. I think he could be around a solid 80-point scorer at the very least. And possibly 90 points with the right line mates. And he's only 24 years old. Dude, a 6th round draft pick with this amount of production, that's an insane hit.
Yeah.
And the one thing I like about going back to his contract, at 8 years, $63 million, that's a digestible cap hit. It's nothing crazy.
Yep.
You get him in very young, going to have him for his prime years. He's 24 now, so you'll have him until he's 32. So you have all of his prime years, and you don't have to worry about too much of a decline. And let me just share this really quick, just so I can it's easier to kind of put it this way. So this cap hit's 7.875 until 2031. So if I'm a Devils fan, I'm pretty excited about this deal.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm a Devils fan, I'm extremely excited about all of it, right? I mean, look at their lineup so far. Yeah, they're missing quite a few cap hits because they're still working on things. But overall, you have a lot of players that are either close to getting to their prime, right? And for everybody who doesn't know, prime is normally like 25 to like 31. That's normally the prime age, right? And if you look at the Devils lineup, most of the guys are not even at their prime yet.
Yeah.
They're heading into their prime, and they're locking up the good ones, right? So this team has a potential to be really good for a very, very long time. Yeah. And they're locking them up at not a ridiculous rate that if they don't pan out, that they're still going to be handicapped by the cap space and situation themselves, right? Yeah. So it plays out, like the best situation for everyone. The fans get these young players that are finding themselves together and building together and building something really good there in Jersey. The team is building something good. It's kind of a feel good everywhere. And again, most of the guys that they have signed now long term, these guys are superstars.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot. I mean, like Rick puts it very well. Devils are going to be dangerous this year. He says, I'm excited to see the Hughes brothers in action some more. The gloves we got of Luke were promising. I mean, he probably meant the looks. Yeah. I mean, Luke Hughes, he's a bigger defenseman. I think that's why they ended up moving, what's his name, to Columbus, Severson. Yeah. I think that's why they ended up moving him, because they realized they have some young talent here. Luke Hughes looked really promising in some of the action I saw. He's only 19 years old, and yeah, he's a young defenseman, but that's promise. If I'm a Devils fan, I know, like, looking how young these players are, I'm not going to be competitive for the next 1 or 2 years. Like, there's a good 5-6 year stretch where you're going to be one of the better teams in the NHL, and I'm excited for that. And especially with Akira Schmid being young as well. I mean, him and Vanacek as a pair, that's a good tandem, especially if Schmid can kind of keep replicating his performance he had in the regular season and in the postseason.